One day in history, someone asked God to give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, as the Buffaloes are about to take on the Bishop Kelley Comets to wrap up this district series. The McAlester Buffaloes fell to the Comets yesterday in Tulsa, 7-6, the final score, and a walk-off by Reed Jones down the third base line. The Buffaloes trying to get even and trying to improve their district record to 6-4. Let's look at the district standings. Sepulveda at 9-0 right now. They ended up beating Shawnee yesterday 3-2. Bishop Kelley is 8-1 at second. Shawnee third at 6-2. Glenpool 5-4 is fourth right now after beating Durant 13-3. Although they have the same record as McAlester, they ended up winning the series against the Buffaloes, so they are in fourth place right now. McAlester in fifth. Midwest City in sixth at 2-6. Will Rogers is 7th at 0-9, and Durant is 8th at 0-9. Buffalo's 10-12 on the year. Bishop Kelley Comets are 14-9. Talking about the game from yesterday, great resilience by McAlester. One of the best batting days that the Buffaloes have had. They still left some runs off the board yesterday. They had 15 hits, was able to score 6 runs off of it, but they, again, just left some opportunities open. But still, they were in line to get the win, but the Buffaloes had 5 errors, including 2 in the final inning, which ended up propelling the Bishop Kelley Comets over the McAlester Buffaloes in walk-off fashion. They were down by 3 2 separate times, and we've said it time and time again, this is a resilient, gritty group, and also a young group. There are 3 seniors on this team, and the Buffaloes are really close to winning a bunch of games. Again, they're in a 7-game losing streak right now, but you're looking at 4 of those where you're looking at maybe a combined 7 at-bats. If it turns a different way, McAlester has a totally different record right now, but as they are working to put it all together, working to get more experience and learning how to close out those close games, it's just a matter of getting better game by game by game, and that's what the Buffaloes are hoping to do today, and plus get a big district win over the Bishop Kelley Comets. That's what they're looking for. So, again, for today, we're looking at 75 degrees at first pitch. No chance of rain today, unlike yesterday where there were storms kind of scattered around the Tulsa metro area. Today, there's some high clouds up in the sky, but, again, a beautiful day for baseball. Wind slightly blowing out towards a center field today. We're going to be looking at our lineups when we return. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a truck month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this truck month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
Welcome back to Mike Deak Field here in McAlester, Oklahoma. We preview these two teams. The Bishop Kelley Comets right now at 2nd in 5A3 at 8-1, 14-9 on the year. Buffaloes right now at 5th in 5A3 at a 10-12 record. Let's look at the starting lineup, starting with the Bishop Kelley Comets wearing their red jerseys today, black numerals on the front and back, and black Kelley in cursive script across the chest. For McAlester, they're wearing their pinstripe uniforms with the black hats and the gold interlocking MB on the front. Comets look like this 1 through 9. Leading it off, the second baseman, number 11, Austin Martin. Martin, the second baseman. Batting second, the catcher, number 7, Spence Perry. Perry behind the plate. Batting third, the shortstop, number 14, Tanner McMurray. McMurray at short. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, number 2, Jackson Archambault. Archambault at the hot corner. Batting fifth and pitching, number 3, Grayson Smith. Smith on the mound. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 20, Reed Jones. Jones at first. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 6, Truman Nat. Nat in right field. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 24, Ike Gleason. Gleason in left field. And rounding out the starting line for the Comets, the designated hitter, number 8, Nick Madovsky. Madovsky, the DH for the center fielder, number 13, Ty Armour. Armour in center. Comets led by head coach Parker Frazier. The Buffaloes on the year look like this 1 through 9. Leading it off, the shortstop, number 15, Seth Sam. Sam playing short. Batting second, the pitcher, number 2, Caden Lesnow. Lesnow on the bump. Batting third, the catcher, number 7, Ethan Gillespie. Gillespie behind the plate. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 8, Braden Phillips. Phillips at first. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 6, Gannon Mullins. Mullins at third. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins. Watkins in center. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel in right field. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb at second. And rounding out the starting nine, making his first varsity start this season, the left fielder, number 21, Aiden Shumway. Shumway in left field. Buffaloes led by head coach Justin Mullins. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll have your national anthem coming up here momentarily on KNED.
Okay!
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer, and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card? I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
Center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins. Watkins in center.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. We're simulcasting this game as the Buffaloes are set to take on the Bishop Kelley Comets here in just a moment. Of course, video streaming on YouTube at McAlester Radio's YouTube channel. And every game, whether it's home or away on the radio, KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, online at McAlsterRadio.com, and on the KNED app. Also, the KNED tab on McAlsterRadio.com. Let's send it down to the field for our national anthem. All right, we're about ready to go over here in McAlester, Oklahoma for this district game number 2 against the Bishop Kelley Comets. McAlester looking to even up the series and improve to 6-4 in district play. As the Buffaloes have taken the field, again wearing their pinstripe uniforms. If you're listening on radio and didn't catch it earlier, this is what the defensive alignment looks like for the black and gold. You got Braden Phillips over at first, Spencer Stinchcomb at second, Seth Sam at short. You have Gannon Mullins at third base. In the outfield, Aiden Shumway in left field, again getting his first varsity start this season. Over in center field, Ethan Watkins and Gunnar Hodgel in right. The battery for the Buffs is Ethan Gillespie behind the plate, and Caden Lesnow on the mound. The junior righty, a 2-2 record on the year in 32 2/3 innings pitched, has a team-leading 1.50 ERA amongst pitchers that have pitched at least 10 innings. He has struck out 39 to 13 walks. That's the best strikeout-to-walk ratio on the team, and the batting average against him is a collective .226. So the Buffaloes are going to be taking on Austin Martin, Spence Perry, and Tanner McMurray, 1, 2, 3 for the Comets. Yesterday, those three went a combined 3 for 10, with an RBI coming from Tanner McMurray on a sac fly back in the first inning. What's going to be important today for McAlester, they played one of the best games that they've played all year despite one aspect of the game, and unfortunately it's one of the three biggest aspects of the game. Of course, they pitched it well, they hit it well, but they just didn't field it as well as they wanted it to yesterday. They had 5 errors, looking to overcome that today and trying to even up the series with the Comets. We're about to have first pitch. It's brought to you by Big V Feed Center. It's always your best bet for your feeding program for all of your animals. Visit your Big V Feeds dealer in McAlester, Kiowa, and Shakota. So Lesnow is about ready. Looks like Austin Martin, the righty, about to dig into the box. In a sunshiny day, might have to worry about some sun up in the sky. Clouds are trying to block him. As Lesnow toes the rubber, he is ready. Martin's ready. Here's the windup. And the first pitch of the afternoon is going to be a outside curveball, just missing for ball 1. And it's baseball time here in the Heartland. So Caden Lesnow pitched over here in McAlester last year in McAlster's 4-3 win over the Bishop Kelley Comets. As the 1-0 freezes the right-handed batter. Martin kind of checked out a little bit, still a called strike. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. So Lesnow got the win in a 4-3 victory over the Comets. He pitched in 6 innings, as here comes the 1-1. This will be an outside corner fastball painting the black for strike 2. He gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them were earned. Struck out 2, walked 3. He's got the count 1-2 on the leadoff batter, Austin Martin, to begin the top of the first inning. Lesnow winds and deals the 1-2. It's going to bounce in the turf, and the count moves to 2-2. Looks like a changeup there from Lesnow. As we're just now getting started again, I believe it's a varsity JV game today, so JV after this. Of course, not going to be broadcasted, but we encourage everyone to make it on out for a wonderful day of baseball. The 2-2 from Lesnow. Going to be a hard-hit ground ball towards the third baseman, Mullins. Throws over to first in time for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down here for Caden Lesnow brings up Spence Perry. Perry went 2 for 4 yesterday, grounded out to short. Doubled, singled, and reached on an E5. One down, nobody on for the Comets. Top of the first inning. The windup from Lesnow, and the first pitch to Perry. Going to be a pop-up left side. Shumway going to track it down in foul territory. Still chasing out after it, but it's going to land well foul and bouncing into the bullpen for strike 1. The Comets yesterday were able to tally up 7 hits. 2 of those 7 came in the 7th as this next pitch misses low and outside. Runs the count to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Perry, a righty, if you're listening on the radio and not watching on YouTube, the 1-1 pitch can be popped up and over towards the parking lot. The count now moves to 1-2.
There goes my car.
You ever gotten your car hit by a baseball before?
Not at a game.
Lesnow, the 1-2 pitch. Going to be a line drive, left center field. That one's going to land and roll towards the alleyway. Watkins will grab it, and thinking 2 will be Perry, and he'll be in there standing. So it'll be a Spence Perry double here with 1 down in the top of the first inning to put the Comets on the base paths for Tanner McMurray, the shortstop, number 14. McMurray went 1 for 2 with an RBI sac fly. He singled in the 7th inning to be able to put the tying run over at third base. Ended up driving it to right center field. Lesnow working out the stretch for the first time today, and the pitch. Fastball up high for ball 1. In last year's game, both Bishop Kelley and McAlester scored in the first inning. Each scored 1. As here's the 1-0. Curveball outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Buffaloes ended up taking the lead with 2 runs in the bottom of the third. Bishop Kelley responded with one of their own in the top of the fourth to make it 3-2. Bishop Kelley tied the game in the top of the sixth, 3-3 last year here at McAlester. The 1-1 down in the turf. Good job by Gillespie keeping it in front, keeping the runner at second. Count 2-1. The Buffaloes won it in the bottom of the sixth inning with a run scored. That run that was scored was a Trent Boatwright single, driving in Seth Sam. Count is 2-1. Les now delivers. This one will miss the letters, and the count will move to a hitter's count for the 3-hole batter Tanner McMurray, 3 balls, 1 strike. And Watkins, in that game, the only save for McAlester all year. Watkins gave up 1 hit, struck out 2 in the final frame. Big lead over at second. The 3-1 pitch. Going to be a softly hit line drive off 1 hop, throwing over to second. They're going to try to get the lead runner in a rundown. Stinchcomb throws late. Here's the tag. Mullins got him. That's a great play there by Gannon Mullins. It was a short hop over to the hot corner, and left out to dry was the runner between second and third. And instead of going for the out over at first, he wisely gets the lead runner for a fielder's choice. I'll go down as a 5-4-5 fielder's choice to bring up Jackson Archambault. Another righty here for the Comets. Again, I believe they had all righties yesterday, same way as McAlester. Runner at first now for the Comets, and the pitch. Another ground ball to the third base side. Mullins, quick throwing over to first in time for out number 3. So Gannon Mullins records all 3 outs over at third base as we head to the bottom of the first. No score just yet here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
Welcome back to Mike Deak Field here in McAlester, Oklahoma. We have no scores. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Seth Sam, Caden Lusnow, Ethan Gillespie up to face Grayson Smith of the Bishop Kelley Comets. First pitch, fastball outside corner, strike 1. Let's look at the defensive alignment for the Comets, who have Jones at first, Martin at second, McMurray at short, Archambault at third, Gleason in left, Armour in center, Nat in right, as here's the 0-1. Going to be a ground ball, foul, over into the McAlester dugout, and the count is 0-2 quickly on Sam. And the battery for the Comets is Perry behind the plate, and again, Grayson Smith on the mound, a righty that works out the stretch, whether there's someone on or not. And he delivers the 0-2. This will miss up above the letters, and the count now moves to 1-2. Grayson Smith ended up playing right field yesterday offensively went 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Getting him on the off speed is Grayson Smith. And that's 1 up, 1 down here for him. Bringing up the pitcher number 2, Caden Lesnow. So Lesnow had a perfect day yesterday, going 4 for 4 with an RBI. 2 doubles in that contest as well. As first pitch to him, we'll watch it miss up high for ball 1. Lesnow increased his batting average in 1 day from 302 to 343 and a 422 on base percentage for him as well. 1-0 is going to clip Caden Lesnow, and the pitcher will take his base.
Buffalo, the catcher, Ethan Gillespie.
Yesterday, the Comets only gave up 1 free pass the entire game, and it was in the the top of the 7th inning, a walk to Spencer Stinchcomb. Buffaloes have a free pass here, trying to do something with it. Runner at first with 1 down, bottom of the 1st inning, no score. Ethan Gillespie up at the plate. He went 2 for 4 with an RBI single in his 3rd at bat. First pitch, curveball, strike 1. Fastball's been missing a little bit up high for Grayson Smith. That curveball's been right where he wants it. No wind blowing over here at McAlester now. It was blowing out to center field just a tad bit. Now at a complete standstill on the flagpoles in center. Good lead over at first by Lesnow. Stole 2 bases yesterday. Here's the 0-1. He checks at 1. Called ball outside. They're going to appeal over to the field umpire. He says he did not swing. That is very close. That bat nearly broke the plane, but he stays put, and the count is 1-1 on another curveball there from Grayson Smith. Smith delivers. This one's going to be off the handles. Blooper towards left center. It's going to land, and that'll be a bloop single for Ethan Gillespie, getting 90, hitting it into the Bermuda Triangle between the shortstop, left fielder, and center fielder. So the Buffaloes have their first hit of the game, and they have runners at first and second with 1 down for Braden Phillips. Phillips, another batter, like Caden Lesnow, was perfect yesterday, 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And all of his hits were to left/center field. Just was hitting the snot out of it yesterday. The pitch, he chops this one foul over towards the Hughes Fieldhouse, and the count is 0-1. Again, 1 down, runners at first and second for the Buffaloes. Smith coming set. First baseman Jones playing in front of the runner. The 0-1 pitch. Going to catch the outside corner, and the count works quickly now to 0-2. Through the first 3 innings, strikes were easy to come by for Cam Thompson of the Comets yesterday. Only had 5 thrown balls through the first 3 innings. The rest all were strikes. Right now up in the count 0-2 is Grayson Smith, and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. A snap throw over to first. Standing in safely will be Gillespie. And it's 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 1st inning for the Comets, bringing up Gannon Mullins. So Smith right now living on the outside corner. Mullins was able to drive in a run for the Buffs yesterday. Went 1 for 4. Also a couple flyouts to right field. Mullins in the middle of a 5-game hit streak. First pitch to Gannon. It'll be a fastball outside, ball 1. During this 5-game hit streak, he's batting .389. On the season, Mullins at .242, but he also has 47% of his hits with runners in scoring. So if you have a runner at second or third and you have Gannon Mullins up the plate, he likes to drive him in. Obviously. Count 1-0. Smith delivers. Runners take off. This one's going to bounce and get away from the catcher. It's a big bounce. Lesnow rounds third. Thought about scoring, but the catcher, Perry, gets to it in time. And the count is 2-0 here to Gannon Mullins. Now if he can hit one into the outfield, should be able to score a couple of runs. We mentioned yesterday McAlester batted better than they have really all year, considering the competition that they played, but still have some opportunities out there. Here's an early one for the Buffs, as Mullins will foul this one back for strike 1. Coach Mullins over there at third, saying, I like that hack. That's a good one. Count 2-1. An early opportunity for the Buffaloes. Center fielder Armour is playing a little bit in and over to the right. Count 2-1. Smith kicks and deals the pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball up and in, and the count moves to deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Despite giving up a couple of base runners, Smith trying to strike out the side here. Count at 2-2. Smith pauses and deals and fouling it off, staying alive, reacting to the off speed as Mullins, and the count stays at 2-2. So Smith with the runners at second and third, 2 down, deals. Curveball up high. That'll be ball 3. Good eye by Gannon Mullins. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Looking to drive him or get over to first. The 3-2 from Smith. Fastball swing and a miss for strike 3. Smith works out of the early threat, leaving runner stranded at second and third of the Buffaloes. We head to the top of the second, still scoreless here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma, here at Mike Deak Field. The Buffaloes tied up with the Bishop Kelley Comets 0-0. The Comets were able to get someone into scoring position. The Buffaloes had some slick defense to be able to get the lead runner out and escape after a 5-3 ground out. The Buffaloes had runners at second and third, but Grayson Smith, although giving up a hit and a hit by pitch, was able to strike out 3 McAlester batters. So we head to the top of the second inning, and it'll be Smith, Reed Jones, and Truman Nat up at the plate. And this is where most of the damage came for the Comets yesterday, as Grayson Smith went 2 for 4 with a 2-run home run, a 2 RBI double, ended up striking out looking and also lining out to left field. Reed Jones, who's on deck, hit the walk-off base hit down the third base line. So Smith will dig in all the way back in the box. Lesnow winds up and delivers the first pitch at the second, and it'll be lined over towards center field. Going back is Watkins in front of the warning track, makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Caden Lesnow, brings up Reed Jones. Reed Jones yesterday 2 for 4 with an RBI, singled in his first at bat and in his last. He flew out to right and also reached on an E2 yesterday. 1 down, nobody on for the Comets. Top of the second inning, no score. Both teams with a base hit and the first pitch. Curveball low outside. That'll be ball 1. As we mentioned, unless, I guess we have a new batter here today, unless Ike Gleason bats left, it'll be all 18 batters from McAlester and Bishop Kelley today, right-handed. The 1-0 misses the same location, and the count moves to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Reed Jones. Lesnow winds and deals again. Popped up, shallow, in the infield. Sam calls Stinchcomb off, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for number 2 brings up Truman Nat, the right fielder, number 6. Nat went 0 for 3, struck out twice. Ended up trying to lay down a sac bunt, got it down, but a great play by Ethan Gillespie was able to get the forced runner, the lead runner out on a forced play over it. No, a tag play over at third base. That's what happened yesterday. First pitch is going to be a swing and a miss there from Nat for strike 1, swinging over the top of a low pitch. And the count is 0-1. Getting about as perfect a day for baseball as you can have. The 0-1. Going to be a chopper, third base side. Backhanded, deep over at third. Long throw for Mullins, and a great play from one corner to the other. 5-3 ground out. Has the Comets going down in order. Here in the top of the second. We'll head to the bottom of the second with no score here on KNED. Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card? I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
We get to the bottom of the second inning. For the Buffaloes, it'll be the 6, 7, 8-hole batters, Ethan Watkins, Gunnar Hodgel, and Spencer Stinchcomb. McAlester was able to put the ball in play quite a bit yesterday. Struck out only 7 times, and 2 of them came in the final inning. So today, here early, though, it is Grayson Smith striking out all 3 outs that he had in the bottom of the first. Buffaloes back up at the plate, starting off with Watkins. Watkins batting .245 on the year, a .446 on base percentage. And speaking of on base, as here comes the first pitch from Smith at the bottom of the second, a bunt attempt that's going to be missing the bat of Watkins and straight to the glove of Perry for strike 1. Yesterday was the first game all season long that Ethan Watkins has not reached base safely, and that's not including errors. I mean, that's talking about either walk, hit by pitch, or base hit, home run. 0-1. Speaking of hit by pitch, for the 11th time this year, Ethan Watkins is plunked. So he is hit by a pitch, and the Buffaloes are on the base paths. Again, the next closest guy in hit by pitches has 4. So he's got 7 more than the guy in second place when it comes to hit by pitches. So Watkins at first. Smith deals. A bunt attempt misses. The throw down to second is in time. They're going to say they had him, and Watkins can't believe it. The tag was high. It depends on when he was tagged. But Watkins goes on the first pitch. It was a bunt attempt from Hodgel that he could not get down as a up and outside pitch. And Watkins gunned down at second base trying to get into scoring position for Hodgel, who's really good at hitting with runners and scoring. Counts 0-1 on Hodgel, and Hodgel gets hit. So that will put Hodgel over at first base. The third hit by pitch today from Grayson Smith. The Buffaloes are back where they were a couple of pitches ago at least, or now they have one out, though, to add to that. Bottom of the second, no score. Brings up the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb, as Perry will go speak with Smith. This game brought to you by the Bank & A, Patriot, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep & Ram, Best Western, American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, First Realty, and WE Offered Propane. Again, that was a bang-bang play over at second base on the throw down over to second. As we have a stoppage. The field umpire has come over by the first base line. Oh, I think the catcher might, or excuse me, I think that the home umpire got hit. So not only did Hodgel get hit, but so did the home plate umpire. So he's collecting himself. That's what we're waiting on right now. That's why the catcher went to go speak with Smith. Also, I'm sure to get him kind of calmed down a little bit. That's 2 hit by pitches in the last 3 pitches that he's thrown. Runner at first with 1 down. Buffalo's tied up with the Comets 0-0, bottom of the second. First pitch to Stinchcomb. He lines his one straight into the Bishop Kelley dugout for strike 1. On deck is Aiden Shumway, going to be having his first at-bat of the year. Count 0-1. Smith delivers. Curveball in there, strike 2. Count at 0-2 on Stinchcomb, who right now is batting .250 on the season, .328 on base percentage. Yesterday went 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts up the middle. This one's going to be a pickoff attempt over to first. It gets away from the first baseman, Jones, and allows Hodgel to get to second. So the first error of the day comes from the Comets. It's going to be an E1. And it puts Hodgel into scoring position for the Buffs. And thus, if you want to know, Stinchcomb batting .269 with runners in scoring, 9 RBIs on the year. So one sophomore trying to drive in another. Bottom of the second with no score just yet. 1 down. 0-2 the count on Stinchcomb. Smith looking for his 4th strikeout. Deals. Won't get it here. Chopper down the third base side. It's going to be fielded on the run. Throws to first. It's picked. What a play. They'll throw over to third and not in time. That was way harder than what it looked like, and Jones was able to pick that out and get Stinchcomb at first base. Brings up Aiden Shumway. Shumway last year had 3 at-bats for the Buffaloes, went 1 for 3, and his first varsity at-bat of 2023, looking to drive in a run from third. Gunnar Hodgel's there. Righty-on-righty matchup, 2 down, bottom of the second. Smith comes set and delivers. First pitch, curveball. Be called strike outside corner. Count 0-1. Outfield over in left field. That is Gleason playing pretty deep. Now coming in, walking in just a tad bit. The 0-1 pitch will miss up high, and the count will now move to 1-1. Shumway batting out of the 9 spot today, playing left field. Number 21 on the front of his jersey and the back. Here comes the 1-1. Swings and misses at a curveball low outside, and the count is now 1-2. So Hodgel at third base. 2 strikes on Shumway. The pitch. Curveball way outside. Perry having to dive over to the right to keep that from getting past him. Again, it's kind of a 50-50 if you can score from third on a pass ball. 2-2 from Smith. Staying alive will be Shumway. Fouls it straight back on the off speed again from Smith. Count still deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Buffaloes really like that hit number 2 right now. Count 2-2. And Smith will step off after Shumway calls time. Big district game here between these 2 teams. McAlester looking to even up the series. Comets looking to sweep the pitch. Ground ball, third base side, another softly hit one. Fielded, throws over to first. That one's low. Another pick. No, he bobbled it. He bobbled it over at first. It came loose a little bit by Jones. He nearly had another fantastic scoop, but Shumway's able to put it in play, and when you do that, good things happen. And in this instance, it's going to go down more than likely. Depends on if it will be an E5 or an E3, but either way, it does bring in a run for the Buffaloes, and they lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Shumway over at first for the top of the order, Seth Sam. A little bit harder hit than what Stinchcomb had, but still a slow roller and a tough play for Archambault over at third. Pickoff over to first is not in time. So the Buffaloes with their second lead of the series so far. They got the lead late in the game yesterday. First pitch to Sam misses inside for ball 1. It was I want to say the top of the 6th inning when they were able to take a 6-5 lead over the Comets. Right now they lead 1-0, bottom of the second with 2 down and a runner at first. Smith delivers. This one a fastball well outside. Snap throw back over to first after it was scooped up by Perry. He's not in time. And the count is 2-0 here on Seth Sam, who struck out swinging his first time up. Sam on the year is batting .364 right now in the middle of a 9-game hit streak with 7 extra base hits during that time. 2-0. Will miss down below the knees, and the count is now 3-0 on Seth Sam. We'll see if he's got the green light to swing away as we have another quick pick over at first. Shumway was barely off the bag, trying to catch Shumway napping. Thankfully, Shumway, he wide awake. 3-0 pitch. This one's going to be down low, and it'll be another ball. So 4 straight balls to Seth Sam brings up Caden Lesnow. Now, Lesnow last year in the series against the Comets went 0 for 5. And here in his first 5 plate appearances against the Comets, he has reached base every time. Single, single, double, RBI double, and then a hit by pitch. And now we have, looks like the catcher is kind of hurt as well. Yeah, the catcher is, he's taking off his mask and he's taking off his glove and he's kind of walking around a little bit. Umpires are making sure that he's okay. So the home plate umpire has gotten banged up here in this inning, and so has the catcher. Home plate umpire with a big smile. I think he's probably saying something like, yeah, it doesn't feel too good, does it? They both can share their own experiences with pain right there. The home plate umpire gives Perry a pat on the back. Runners at first and second for the Buffs, so 2 down. McAlester leading 1-0, and Lesnow will call time. Called it at the last second right before Smith took his stride. Lesnow with 17 RBIs on the year, 300 batting average with runners in scoring. Throw over to second on a pickoff is not in time, right where it needed to be. I mean, perfect throw, just a little bit late. As Martin snagged it and applied the tag. Shumway at second, Sam at first. Big lead by Shumway. The pitch. Popped it straight up the chute. Perry in foul territory left side, following it, and will drop it. That is an incredibly tough play to make. Again, you got to stand up, find the ball, and then track it down. It fell just over to the right, a little bit of the on-deck circle. And the count is 0-1 on Lesnow as he has a second life here. Coach Dixon letting the base runners know there are 2 down, so you're moving on contact. Smith looks at second where Shumway resides. The 0-1 pitch is going to be fouled straight back on the curveball, and Lesnow falls down in the count 0-2. This will be the 6th batter of the inning for the Buffaloes. They lead 1-0. Scored on an E5 earlier, as there have been 2 errors by the Comets here this inning. They had 2 all game yesterday. The 0-2 misses widely out to the right. They'll throw over to third, and if it's a good throw, might get Shumway. It bounced over to the third baseman, Archambault, but the Buffaloes do take second and third on the wild pitch. And also, a thing to look at, Shumway kind of spun around on third base without calling time. If he would have just kept the tag on Shumway, probably would have been out. The 1-2. Staying alive will be Lesnow on the curveball. Fouls it off to the right, over by the Bishop Kelley dugout, and the count still remains at 1-2. So 2 runners in scoring for McAlester. 1-2. Line drive straight to the third baseman. Archambault snags it for out number 3. Nicely hit, but just straight to Archambault, and the Buffaloes will ride a 1-0 lead to the top of the 3rd inning as you're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
1-0 McAlester leads as we head to the top of the third inning. Both teams have one hit apiece, but the Comets have 2 errors, which led to that 1 run for McAlester. First pitch to a lefty is going to be a grounder over to the third base side. Mullins quickly throws over to first in time for out number 1, and once again, 1 pitch, 1 out for Caden Lesnow. Brings up Nick Medofsky as that's Ike Gleason who grounds that over to first. So far for Gannon Mullins, he has recorded 5 out of the... Well, that would now be 7 outs. So 5 out of the 7 outs coming from Gannon Mullins over at third base, staying busy here early. First pitch, swinging and missing, is Nick Medofsky. Count 0-1. Medofsky came in to pinch hit for Ty Armour yesterday, ended up striking out looking. Count 0-1 here early to the 9-hole batter, Medofsky. Lesnow likes what he sees from Gillespie, and the 0-1. Curveball, hard hit, line drive into the outfield, and that's base hit number 2 for the Comets as Shumway gets it into Seth Sam. And the top of the order coming up for BK. Brings up Austin Martin, who's again grounded out to third base. If it happens again, Mullins will be looking to go around the horn. One down, 1 on, the tying run represented by Medofsky at first. Lesnow pauses and picks. Not in time. Back in safely is Medofsky. So again, Martin grounded out to third. Yesterday he went over 4. A couple of ground outs reached on an error. This first pitch can be ground ball up the middle. Chance for a double play. Sam grabs it, steps on second for 1. Over to first. In time. Double play. 6-3 double play. 2 for the price of 1. Go the black and gold. And we head to the bottom of the third. McAlester leading 1-0 here on KNED.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma, where the Buffaloes are leading the Bishop Kelley Comets currently 1-0 as we are heading to the home half of the third. It'll be the heart of the order up for the Buffaloes, 3, 4, 5 batters. Ethan Gillespie, Braden Phillips, and Gannon Mullins. Gillespie has the only hit so far for the Buffaloes, a bloop single to shallow left field. He'll be looking to once again get on base. So far, McAlester has reached base safely, looks like 6 times. There have been 4 free passes from Grayson Smith so far in that 1 base hit. So Smith comes set in for his third inning of work. First pitch to Gillespie. It's a fastball eye level for ball 1. So just now beginning the bottom of the third. Again, McAlester leading 1-0. Smith pauses and delivers. It's going to be another pop-up right field, but well out of play. As Nat gave it a look, started jogging, then thought, okay, maybe it will be in play, then started jogging again when he realized it was going to get towards the sea of concrete, a.k.a. the parking lot. Use that however you wish. I don't mind if you use sea of concrete when referring to a parking lot. The 1-1. This one's going to be a high hit fly ball deep down the left field line. Will it hook around the pole? It will! Just to the right of the left field foul pole, and Ethan Gillespie sends one out. On a sunny day, the National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Ethan Gillespie. They heard the crack of the bat. And it's a solo home run to put the Buffaloes up 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Now just pray for Mac Manning, who's going to track down that home run ball. It was about a good 20 feet up the left field foul pole and just about 5 feet off to the right of it. First pitch to Braden Phillips, misses down low for ball one. I mentioned Ethan Gillespie trying to get on base. Well, that's a little bit better. Better to jog it than to run the bases. 1-0 to Phillips. Checks, doesn't matter. Called strike outside corner to Phillips. Struck out swinging his first time up, and again, went 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs yesterday. Phillips batting .379 coming into the day, as this next one misses way too high, and the count moves to 2-1. Smith, the 2-1, off the top of the bat. Pulled the string on Phillips, and he was out in front. Was able to foul it off over towards Bishop Kelley's dugout along the first base side, and the count now moves to 2-2. Let us know where you're listening or watching from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that is Twitter at Buff Sports Radio, and we'll try to give you a shout-out. I ended up missing Rodney Stinchcomb yesterday. He was working out, listening to the game, and I just totally missed the tweet. Sometimes I miss him. My bad. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike three. Once again goes off speed and bounces back from the home run with another strikeout. Fourth one of the day for Grayson Smith. And that brings up Gannon Mullins, who struck out last time up as well. So one down, nobody on for the Buffaloes, leading 2-0 bottom of the third inning. First pitch to Mullins. Waits on it. Hard hit, ground ball to the shortstop. Be fielded by McMurray. Throw over to first. Is in time. Now be out number 2. Which brings up Ethan Watkins. Watkins was hit by a pitch. He was thrown out at second base trying to steal second on the first pitch. So 2 down, nobody on for McAlester. Watkins with home run power as well. He's sent one out this year against Will Rogers and also against the Pryor Tigers back this last Saturday. First pitch to Watkins. Swings and misses for strike one. Coming set once again, Smith, and delivers the 0-1 pitch. This one will be a fastball outside as we got some cloud cover now. And by cloud cover, I mean there's probably just one cloud that is hanging up in front of that sun. Other than that, pretty blue skies. The 1-1. Off speed and sitting on it and driving it right back to where our field mic is was Ethan Watkins. That ball bounced all the way from the backstop straight back to the pitcher. Pitcher says, I don't want a new baseball. I'll just use this one. Count is 1-2. Smith looking for another strikeout. The 1-2 pitch. Big curveball low outside. 2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs coming up to Ethan Watkins. Buffalo's looking to get back on the base path, start a 2-out rally. The 2-2. Fouled straight back, and once again, Watkins now staying alive. So McAlester has been able to make Smith work a little bit more than the Comets have been able to force Lesnow to. Lesnow hasn't struck out anybody yet, but he's been able to get early count ground outs, pop-ups. Count is 2-2, and time will be called by Watkins. So looking at we're still really early. We're still in the third inning, but Smith is up to 55 pitches. And we'll talk about Lesnow's here in just a moment. Lesnow is up to 25. 2-2. Good curveball, and Ethan knew it. Outside corner, Watkins is out on strikes on the backwards K from Smith. as he now has 5 strikeouts on the day. But the Buffaloes do get another run on a solo blast from Ethan Gillespie to put the Buffaloes up 2-0 going to the top of the 4th inning here on KNED. Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121.
Hey guys, it's Sam from
Have a great
Sam
season.
Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
So we've played 3 full innings. The McAlester Buffaloes leading 2-0 over the Bishop Kelley Comets. And it'll be the 2-3-4 batters up for the Comets. Spence Perry has one of the 2 hits for the Comets with a double. Tanner McMurray has grounded out on a fielder's choice. It went 5-4-5 as they got a guy out in the base paths. And then Jackson Archambault grounded out to third as well. So Gannon Mullen's been getting a lot of work here early. Here's a nice hit, line drive, right center field. That's once again going to split the outfilders. Watkins cuts it off. They're going to go for second. Watkins fires over to second, and it's just a little bit low. Close to an out over at second base. Watkins with a good throw, especially against his body. But it's another double here for Spence Perry. And for now 4 hits on the series, 3 of them have been doubles. Brings up Tanner McMurray, a leadoff double for the Comets. Tying run now represented by the guy up at the plate, who, again, hit into a fielder's choice last time up. And it was Perry that was out on the base paths. First pitch, big cut, up empty, strike 1. As more time goes by, it's been getting more sunny over here in McAlester, less cloud cover. Plus now with the sun beating on him, will deliver the 0-1 pitch. This will be a curveball that misses down low, and the count now moves to 1-1. Shumway playing about average positioning, maybe even a little bit in. Center field, right field playing a little bit further back than Shumway. The 1-1. Big cut, up empty again. Now we strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's now looking for his first strikeout. It'll be a big time to get one here with the count 1-2 and runner at second. The pitch. Can't get it though. Good eye. Good pitch from Les now. Good location on the 2-strike, pitched low. But McMurray wouldn't chase, and the count now is 2-2. Les now looks over at second, tries not to get into a rhythm, and delivers. Ground ball up the middle and into the outfield. Might score a run. They're going to hold up the runner at third as Watkins got ready to fire it in. He'll throw over to Seth Sam, and now the Comets have runners at the corners with nobody out. Tying run at first base for Jackson Archambault. The Comets had 2 hits through the first 3 innings. They have 2 hits here in the first 2 batters at the top of the 4th. And that brings up again Archambault. Les now trying to get out of an early jam here. The first pitch. Changeup outside corner, misses. Ball 1. Gillespie. Seems like, again, he understood that one was outside as well. 31 move. No one's moving, though. Again, for anyone that hasn't listened or watched a game that we've called over here at Mike Deak Field before, we have a great view. What you're seeing on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, is what we see as well. Chest to letters, we see pretty well. Outside, inside, not so much. Here's a pop-up right field. Should be able to score at least 1 run. Now it's coming in a little bit. Hodgel staring up into the blue sky. Makes the catch. Runner will stay put. As, again, at first, it looked like it was going to be a little bit further. Then it became shallow right field, and they're not risking it here. with Grayson Smith coming up at the plate. We're going to see if that's going to work out for him. He flew out to left field, or rather center field, his first time up. But he drove it nearly to the warning track. Out of the 5 spot again yesterday, hit a 2-run home run. He has a chance to be able to flip this game around as we have another 31 move here for Les now. Comets, I'm sure, trying to get that runner at first to get to second for Smith here. He's swinging an extremely hot bat. 1 out. Runners at the corners. Les now throws over to first. Getting back in safely was Tanner McMurray. 1 down. Les now kicks. The runner takes off for second. The fake throw down to second. They're going to let him take second. So now the tying run is in scoring position for the Comets. And that was designed there by the Buffaloes. They wanted to fake that throw to second to see if the runner at third would bite. He does not. Count is 1-0 and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Count 1 ball, 1 strike here to Smith. Les now back to the windup. The 1-1 pitch is going to bounce high. Gillespie can't find it. Bounced right behind him. And it allows to a run scoring. That is unlucky there. It was inside and low, bounced off the turf, and it bounced about 20 feet up in the air. And where it landed was directly behind Ethan Gillespie, who was trying to find where it went. And now it's a 2-1 game with a tying run over at third base. And now a fly ball into medium-ish outfield area should be able to tie this game up. 2-1 from Les now. Fastball up high, and the count now moves to 3-1. If they walk Grayson Smith here, it's not the worst thing in the world. Reed Jones is a pretty good batter as well for the Comets. Last year went 3 for 7 against the Buffs with an RBI, but you also have a chance maybe at a double play ball. 3-1. Hard hit, ground ball, 1 hopper. Sam will grab it, just take the surefire out, and the game is tied. RBI ground out as Sam was playing back anyway. That is the smart play to make for Seth Sam. The game is tied up 2-2 on the RBI ground out from Grayson Smith. So top of the 4th inning, that brings up Reed Jones now with nobody on. Les now, first pitch, fastball at the knees for strike 1. The Comets ended up getting an early double and a single. They used a steal of, well, there was a pass ball, a couple of them actually, to be able to get runners at the corners, as this one's going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. Les now still looking for that first strikeout. Comets have been able to make the Buffalo defense work. Can Les now get it here? 0-2. Not yet. Going to bounce off the plate. The count now moves to 1-2. Wind has started blowing out a little bit over to left field. 2-2 our score. Top of the 4th inning. The pitch. Outside corner. Les now hits him with the backwards K. But the Comets do their damage. They end up tying up the game with a pass ball score and then an RBI ground out to make it 2-2 as we have a brand new ball game here. We played half a 7-inning game. Buffaloes are going to send up to the plate at the bottom of the order. Hodgel, Stinchcomb, and Shumway when we come back here on KNED.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card? I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at BentonNissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
Intercollegiate Peach Flame. Eastern Oklahoma State College, Wilson Construction. Thank you this year's main sponsor.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. The Comets have ended up tying it back up. 2-2 our score as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Gunnar Hongel was hit by a pitch. Stinchcomb grounded out over to third. Aiden Shumway reached on an E5. As the Comets have 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. Buffaloes have 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. Here's the first pitch of the bottom of the fourth as Hongel will watch a fastball miss up and outside. And that will be ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Popped up behind home plate, but out of play. Looks like past the grandstand, and the count will now move to 1-1 here on Hongel. Hongel yesterday went 1 for 4 with an RBI. On the season, Hongel is batting .310 coming into today with a .397 on base percentage. 1-1. Checked at it. Field umpire along the first base side says he does not go, and that is the correct call. Miss Lowe went outside. Did check, but again held up in plenty of time from our view, and we have a pretty good angle of it over here along the first base line. Count is 2-1. Smith deals the 2-1. Going to be a hard hit ground ball up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Quick throw, and it can't be picked over at first. McMurray had a little bit of time to be able to at least set his feet, but as soon as he grabbed it, kind of threw it a little bit off balance. It was a short hopper over towards the first baseman, Jones, and he can't dig it out. And that'll go down as an E6 and the third error of the day here on the Comets. You can put the ball in play, good things happen. McAllister's, they knew that coming into the season. They had a rough go where they just struck out a bunch, and they've learned, because as one of their runs have been scored today, is because of an error. So, go ahead run now on the base paths for the Buffaloes at first base. Pickoff over to first quickly is not going to be in time. Stinchcomb grounded out to third his last time up. Nearly beat out the throw over at first, but it was a great play by both Archambault and Reed Jones at first. As he shows bunt, pitch is somehow scooped up on a backhand by Perry behind home plate to be able to keep Hongel at first base. Stinchcomb pulled back as it missed. That'll be ball 1. Archambault already playing in on the infield turf. Shows bunt again. Gets it down. It's going to go past the pitcher. Going to be a tough play. This will be an infield single. What a bunt from Spencer Stinchcomb. A push bunt right past the pitcher along the first base side. That's the second time he's done that this year, by the way. He got it past the pitcher. The first baseman, Jones, went after it at first, then had to make his way back on over to first. There was going to be no chance for the Comets there. And the Buffaloes have runners at first and second with nobody out. And if McAlester is looking to bunt with a runner at first here and nobody out, will they do it again with the 9-hole and runners at first and second with nobody out? Aiden Shumway up at the plate. Back pick over to second, and this one's going to be bobbled around a little bit after it hits Hongel. Hongel will call time and get up to his feet. And now we're going to be having a mound visit. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be back. Buffalo's tied up with the Comets 2-2. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for McAlester on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So head coach Parker Frazier goes to speak with the infield of the Bishop Kelley Comets. The Buffaloes have runners at first and second and nobody out. Another reason for that pickoff was to see if Shumway was going to show bunt. Didn't see anything from him on that pickoff to second. He shows bunt, gets it down right in front of the pitcher. He bobbles it, throws it back over to first, and it is not in time. It had to be scooped by the second baseman, Martin, covering, and it was not in time. It was bobbled a little bit by the pitcher. That's going to go down as an E1. And now the bases are loaded for the Buffaloes and nobody out for the top of the order. This bases loaded alert brought to you by Lindley's Paint and Body Shop. It's a full-service collision repair center and restoration shop in McAlester. So it's gone E6, single, E1. For Seth Sam now, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch. Swings that one down low for strike one. I know Seth Sam really wants to be able to get a big hit here. Got to make sure that you are patient. Don't swing at those pitches out of the zone there. Here comes the 0-1. This one's going to be bouncing in. I don't know how Perry does it. That's another backhanded scoop to keep the Buffaloes from scoring. 1-1 the count. Sam with runners in scoring position this year, batting .393. Smith getting his signs from his catcher, Perry. And now Sam will call time. And I think you can hear that. That's a different way to chirp. Smith comes set, and the 1-1. Off the handles, it's going to be a fly ball, literally a soft line drive, but straight to the third baseman, Archambault, for out number one. So that is one down here. Bases still loaded for the Buffaloes in a tie game, 2-2, bottom of the fourth. They bring up Caden Lesnow, who has been hit by a pitch and lined out to third base. Comets looking to get out of the jam here. First pitch to Lesnow. Ground ball third base side, but foul. Strike one. McAlester still has the momentum despite the out on that last at bat. But the Comets can get it back and then some if they can get out of the inning here unscathed. Corner infielders in on the infield turf. The 0-1. It's going to miss inside. The count now is 1 ball, 1 strike here to Lesnow. And Buffaloes have made Smith work. We're going to be looking at his pitch count here in just a moment. It looks like he's at 68 through the first 3 1/3. 1-1. Up high, ball 2. Tried coming in with the fastball, missed up. 2-1 the count now to Caden Lesnow. Lesnow batting .300 with runners in scoring, has 17 RBIs on the year. The 2-1, he's got more here as he drives this one to deep left field, going towards the wall. It's going to one hop off the wall and score at least one. Rounding third will be Shumway. There will be no throw. He'll score, and the Stinchcomb scores, and the Buffaloes take a 4-2 lead on a 2 RBI single from Caden Lesnow.
For your Buffaloes, the catcher, Mr. Ethan Gillespie.
And that brings up Ethan Gillespie. And really, you have a place to put him, but if you do that, you load the bases again. He's got half of the Buffaloes' hits, including a solo home run. 4-2, McAlester leads. Bottom of the fourth inning, they got those 2 runs back but gave up in the top of the fourth. First pitch to Gillespie, fastball up high for ball 1. So they're going to pitch at Gillespie, in my opinion, a little bit more cautiously. And they walk him bases loaded. They don't just want to load up the bases, I don't think, here. For Braden Phillips, that went 4 for 4 yesterday. 1-0. Pops this one straight up the chute. We'll see if it comes back in play. Perry's giving it a look, but it's going to land over towards the concession stand. And the count is now 1-1. Austin, the count is now 1-1. Austin is running our camera here today. Runners at first and second with 1 down. Early big hit from Caden Lesnow to be able to help out his own cause. 1 hop off the wall near the Life Church sign. I actually think it hit off that McAlester Baseball Dugout Club sign. Count 1-1. Shumway dancing around over at second base. The pitch goes curveball but misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-1. I kind of got confused a little bit there. A lot of McAlester players wearing their pants down low. I think Shumway and Stinchcomb were the only ones with the high stirrups today, and that's why I kind of got confused on who scored on that last time. 2-1 is going to miss down low. Once again, Perry on a backhand hopped into the glove. He says, who needs to move over like a hockey player and body it up with your chest. He's just a vacuum over there with that catcher's mitt. 3 balls, 1 strike, hitter's count for Gillespie. They'll throw back over to second base. Shumway back in safely. Shumway is literally dancing over at second and just hopping back and forth. If you told me someone's dancing like that at prom, I'd believe it. 3-1. Big cut. He was going for another home run. That one led her high, but missed it as it's a little bit too high. And the count is now 3-2. Coach Dixon reminding Les now and Shumway there's only 1 down. Don't move it, particularly on contact. This one's going to be popped up. Right field could be tough. In the Bermuda Triangle, the second baseman is going to grab it. That's Martin. Kind of was staggering a little bit as he was going to catch that. And that'll be out number 2. That brings up Braden Phillips. So McAlester still with the chance to be able to bring in a run, maybe even 2 here with 2 down. They were able to retake the lead, 4-2. Bottom of the 4th inning. Phillips has struck out twice so far today. Smith delivers. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Phillips coming into today batting .379 with runners in scoring. He was batting .280 with runners in scoring yesterday. I think every one of his hits that he had, 4 for 4, came with runners in scoring. The 0-1. Swings and misses on the pitch. Low and outside. A back pick at first base. Les now back in safely, and the count is 0-2. Coach Mullins trying to give Phillips some confidence right here. He's been going after the outside curveball, low outside, quite often here in the first 3 at-bats. Smith trying to get another strikeout. The pitch. This one's going to be a ground ball left side towards the shortstop. McMurray had a little bit of a trouble with the handle, but does flip over to the second baseman Martin, covering in time for the fielder's choice, out number 3. The Buffaloes, though, do retake the lead with a 2 RBI single from Caden Lesnow off the wall in left field. As we head to the top of the 5th, Buffaloes 4, Comets 2 here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma, as the Buffaloes' Caden Lesnow is getting it done offensively and defensively. Although there were 2 runs scored against him in the top of the 4th inning, they were able to get them back to be able to retake the lead 4-2 as we're here now to the top of the 5th. It'll be the bottom of the order up for the Comets: Truman Nat, Ike Gleason, and Nick Medovsky. There have been 2 groundouts to third and a single amongst the 7, 8, 9 batters. This is ending off the second time through the lineup for the Comets. Both teams have 4 hits. Here's the first pitch. High hit fly ball, and that one traveled a country mile, but well foul. That one that one might have landed into the softball field, catty corner to us. But it's just a long strike right now. Reed Jones was all over that. Excuse me, Truman Nat was all over that. He's up at the plate, grounded out to third. The 0-1. Fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Might have been the longest fly ball I've ever seen. 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1-2 the count here to Truman Nat. Les now winds and deals. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the old Uncle Charlie. Sit him down, throw it around. 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Back-to-back strikeouts going back to the top of the 4th for Caden Les now. And that brings up Ike Gleason. So Gleason, a left-handed batter. First pitch to him. Going to swing and miss at 1 down in the turf for strike 1. He grounded out opposite field over to Gannon Mullins back his last time up. The only left-handed bat between these two teams today. The 0-1 from Les now. Misses low and inside, and that'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Les now, the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1-2 the count. Can Les now get a 3rd strikeout in a row? The pitch. Not just yet. Fouling it off will be the left-handed batter Gleason. The 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, we'll do it. Les now the pitch. Bounces in the turf. About 4 feet in front of the home plate area. And the count is now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Les now still looking to put away Gleason. The pitch. Pops it up. Let's see if it goes foul. Towards the dugout and running out of room are McAllister's fielders. And Gleason putting together an excellent at-bat. So everyone will go back to their positions. That one landed on top of the McAllister dugout. Kind of on the opposite side, near the back side of it. Buffaloes lead 4-2, by the way. 1 down, nobody on for the Comets in the top of the 5th inning. Les now trying to put away a pesky Gleason, the 2-2 pitch. This one's going to be a softly hit ground ball. Tough play for Mullins. Fields it, can't handle it on the transfer. Just got past the pitcher Les now. That's more than likely going to go down as an error, as Mullins was trying to transfer from glove to hand because he had to be quick. Scoreboard's going to list it down as an error. I think that's more than likely the right call, because if he is clean on the transfer, that's more than likely an out. Doesn't mean it's not a tough play. So tying run now up at the plate for the Comets for Nick Medofsky. The pitch from Les now. Ground ball, 3rd base side, but foul. So 0-1 the count. Les now with the runner at first, 1 down. Top of the 5th. And Buffalo still leading 4-2. We'll pick off over to first, just trying to keep that runner honest. Both teams have had 4 hits. That was McAllister's first error of the day. The Comets, meanwhile, have booted the ball 4 times. They have, and it's all been to the bottom of the order, too. There have been Gunnar Hodgel reached on an error. Hodgel moved over to second on an E1. As we have a hard hit ground ball, a chance to go around the horn. Mullins over to second for 1, over to first, and off the bag a little bit. Was a little bit too high. Chance to go around the horn. Solid strike by Medofsky. It was snagged by Mullins. And Mullins went to second to get the lead runner. And third base coach Parker Frazier, I'm wondering if he thinks that Stinchcomb came off the bag too early. The field umpire has the best view. I mean, you can go talk to the home plate umpire all you want, but what are you going to anything that's going on around the base paths right there, that's up to him. And he still calls him out. Yeah, that's still up to him. He has the best view. There's not a lot the home plate umpire can do. And that'll be a fielder's choice, 5-4. Whether it's the right call or not, the home plate umpire can't really have too much of a say in that unless it's closer to where he's playing. He's all the way back behind home plate. First pitch to the leadoff batter as we have a think about a throw over at first base as a curveball misses down the turf to Austin Martin for ball one. Martin has grounded out twice. He's grounded out to the third baseman, and then he grounded into a double play. 4-2, McAlester is leading. Top of the fifth, 2 down, runner at first. Less now, the pitch. Hard hit, line drive, just past the jumping glove of Stinchcomb. Trying to go first to third will be the Comets. Watkins can't handle it. They're going to hold the runner over at third. Going to second, it's going to bounce off the fielder, and it's going to roll into left field, and that's going to score a run. The Buffaloes again errors here. That's going to hurt them there. First off, the fumble over in center field by Watkins allowed the runner to reach second. And then the throw it just kind of bounced away from the runner at second. I don't know if you give 2 errors on that play or not, but it will make it a 1-score game for Spence Perry, who has 2 doubles. So McAlester has 2 errors, both here in this inning. First pitch. Popped up right field. Shallow. Might be trouble. Hodgel coming in. It's going to bounce, and it's going to tie the game. Right between 3 different fielders. That's going to be another double, by the way, since Perry was booking it for second all the way over there. This time it's an RBI double to bring up Tanner McMurray. We're tied up again 4-4, and just like yesterday, how it was the Comets that took the lead first, and then McAlester kept on bouncing back. Now it's the Buffaloes who took an early lead, and now the Comets keep on bouncing back. 4-4 is our score, top of the 5th inning. In 3 straight frames, we have had 2 runs scored each. Now Coach Dixon's going to speak with his infield. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
So the Buffaloes have kicked the ball around a couple of times. We have not had the best of defense played between the two teams so far. It's been 6 combined errors. Yesterday we ended up having to combine 7. So, but it's been 2 errors here this inning that have led to 2 Comet runs. So it will be up at the plate now. Tanner McMurray, who is 1 for 2. He's put the ball in play twice. 4-4 is our score, top of the 5th. Comets have a chance to take their first lead of the game. Standing over at second base is Perry. The pitch in the turf for ball 1. Against Spence Perry, he has had 5 hits this series so far. He is 5 for 7 with 4 doubles. The 1-0 from Les now. Softly hit line drive left center field. It'll be Shumway jumping and making the catch for out number 3 in the alleyway. And the Buffaloes are able to hold on to a tie right now as we head back to the bottom of the 5th. Can the Buffaloes get those runs back? It'll be up to Gandon Mullins, Ethan Watkins, and Gunnar Hodgel. 5, 6, 7 hole batters up at the Buffaloes coming up on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK, Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs.
Everyone
Have a great
knows
season.
gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. For Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card? I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
So as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning, once again, another close contest between the Buffaloes and their opponents. This game brought to you by the Bank & A, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep & Ram, Best Western American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, First Realty, and WE Offered Propane. Back and forth we go, just like a ping pong or tennis match or whatever your favorite back and forth game is. It's tied up 4-4. Bottom of the fifth inning we go. Gannon Mullins leading things off 0-for-2 with a strikeout and a ground out to short. First pitch from Smith, and for his fifth inning of work is a curveball, swing and a miss for strike one. Smith brings a live fastball, but his go-to so far today has been that curveball. Coming set is Smith, and the pitch. Goes back to the fastball, trying to mix up the timing. That one's below the knees, and that will be ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Line drive, left field line. This one's going to land foul, though. About a good 5 to 6 feet foul of the left field line. The count is 1-2. There's some guys on the team where, you know, when they hit the ball, every time they hit it, they seem to hit it hard, and Gannon Mullins is one of them. Just the loud ping of the bat. Count is 1-2. Trying to get on base, though. Here comes the pitch. Fastball outside, and the count is now 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Outside, good eye by Mullins. Lays off the curveball. And the count is now full at 3-2. Pitch. Inside, up, and inside. And that's a great at-bat from Gannon Mullins. He'll take first base. And the Buffaloes once again had a lead-off base runner. And we're going to be having a pitching change here. Looks like the center fielder Armour going to be coming in. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back on KNED.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card? I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
Since 1952, WE Offered Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. WE Offered Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. WE Offered Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank N.A. The Bank N.A. has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep & Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep & Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep & Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
So after the leadoff walk to Gannon Mullins, we have a new pitcher. It's Ty Armour, number 13 of the Bishop Kelley Comets. He came in and pitched the final inning in the top of the seventh for the Comets yesterday. He ended up striking out 2 McAlester batters. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. Showing bunt as Watkins pulls back as it's a ball. Ball 1. And we also have for McAlester, Gannon Mullins is going to be warming up in the McAlester bullpen. So there's a pinch runner for Mullins, and it's Jackson Lauerman. A bunt down the first base line is going to move the runner over. Reed will flip on over to set first, and he's safe! An infield single on a bunt single down the first base line. I don't understand why Jones just didn't tag Watkins. He's right there on the line, but he flips to the pitcher covering Armour, and it'll lead to an infield single. A bunt single for Ethan Watkins, and the runners are at first and second for McAlester with nobody out. All Jones had to do was tag him, and I think he knows that. And he'll go in front of the runner Watkins for Gunnar Hodgel, who is 0 for 2 with the hit by pitch, and he reached on, 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch, and he reached on an E6. Runners at first and second with nobody out. We'll see if this is another bunt situation. Shows bunt, pulls back, missing up high with the fastball, ball 1. And also another welcoming sign, no matter how this game goes. Buffaloes last week Coach Mullins would tell you this, horrendous at trying to get a bunt down. It just wasn't there. The 1-0. This one's down 2 towards the third base spot. They'll throw over to third, get the lead runner. So this one won't go down as a sack bunt instead of fielder's choice. Great play by Armour. And he gets the lead runner out over at third base, Jackson Lauerman. The bunt was down, but just too hard over to Armour. Had to be a perfect play, and Armour got it. That'll be 1-5 fielder's choice, bringing up Spencer Stinchcomb, who is 1 for 2. He hit a bunt single. Still runners at first and second for the Buffaloes, 1 down, 4-4 the score. So again, 1 out. Corner infielders playing in. The pitch, swinging and missing on a fastball too high, is Stinchcomb for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Slight breeze blowing out to left field. Left fielder Gleason playing way off of that left field line. So something down the line will at least be a triple. Pitch, fastball low outside from Armour, and the count is now 1-1. On deck is Aiden Shumway, who has reached base safely twice, but both of them have been errors. So Hodgel at first, Watkins at second. Plenty of speed on the base paths. Between the two of them, they have combined for 31 stolen bases this year. Don't know if they'll try to do it here. The Buffaloes have already been caught stealing once today. This one's going to be a ground ball at the middle. It's going to be fielded by the second baseman. Flip over to short for 1. Runner does advance over to third, Watkins. If it's hit a little bit harder, that's going to be a run scored for McAlester, but it was able to be fielded on a backhand by Martin. Flip across his body to McMurray for out number 2, and that brings up Aiden Shumway. So Shumway, in his first varsity start this year, has found himself in a couple of big-time situations already. He was able to put a ball in play to be able to score McAlester a run, and now he once again is up at the plate with the runners at first and third with 2 down in a tie game 4-4 here in the bottom of the 5th. Armour pitches, outside corner, called strike to Shumway for strike 1. This is also a situation with it being first and third. The Buffaloes try to manufacture a run here. Leaving early, trying to get in a run down and score a run over at third. You got a speedy guy in Watkins that might be able to do it. The 0-1 is going to be a line drive straight to the first baseman, Jones. And with runners at first and second and nobody out, the Bishop Kelley Comets work out of it. And we head to the top of the 6th inning, still tied up 4-4 here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
So the Bishop Kelley Comets were able to get out of the jam, and it all started with a bunt attempt that was down by McAlester, but a great play by the pitcher, Ty Armour, was able to flip and turn over to third to get the lead runner out. And instead of runners at second and third and one down, it led to runners still staying at first and second. Then it went fielder's choice and then line out over to first. So we're still tied up 4-4, heading to the top of the sixth inning. And up to the plate will come Jackson Archambault. Archambault is 0 for 2. Grayson Smith 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out. Reed Jones 0 for 2. 4-4 our score, as Les now will toe the rubber. Comets have had 4 runs on 6 hits, 4 errors. Buffaloes have had 4 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. As Archambault will watch this one bounce in the turf for ball 1. One thing that makes Les now really hard to hit is he hardly ever misses up high. If he misses, you're going to see a lot of balls that are going to be bouncing in the turf. So here comes the 1-0 from Les now. This one misses inside, and I'll move the count to 2-0. Not saying that he is, someone that you're never going to see someone hit a big fly ball on, but it's less likely to happen to Les now just because, like I said, he lives down in the zone. The 2-0, right there he does as well. Right at the knees with the fastball for strike 1. The count's 2-1 here to Jackson Archambault. Les now winds and deals the 2-1. Curveball that misses low outside. The count moves to 3-1. Hitters count for Archambault. The pitch. Fastball outside corner right on the black. Count moves to full at 3-2. Trying to keep the leadoff base runner off base. Les now. The pitch. Fly ball right field down the line and foul just by a little bit. Traveled towards the warning track and then tailed out of our line of view. And walking back over to the plate will be Jackson Archambault again. He's batting out the cleanup spot, so the middle of the order up for the Comets, 4, 5, 6. This is the third time through the lineup for the Comets. When McAlester comes back up, they'll begin their 4th. Top of the 6th right now. Tie game 4-4. Full count to the leadoff batter out of the 4 spot. Payoff. Chopper towards the McAlester dugout and duck for cover. And again, it'll be 3-2. Comets were quick outs through the first 3 innings. Not necessarily easy outs, but quick outs. And now they're working the count a lot more. Payoff. Hard hit line drive off the backhand, and it will go underneath the glove of Seth Sam if he grabs that. That's a great play, but again, that's going to be a base knock here for the Comets on a great at-bat, again, from Jackson Archambault, as he has his first hit of the series for Grayson Smith. The go-ahead run for the Comets at first. In the first 3 innings, I think there were only 2 hits by the Comets, and since then, in the last 2 now, well, 2, not a third yet, they've been able to get 5. First pitch to Smith is going to be down low as Gillespie again bodies it up, keeps the runner over at first. 1-0 the count to Smith, who was 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out. Again, showed off some power yesterday. Les now will step off the rubber. Count 1-0. Les now deals. This one's fouled off of Gillespie. The home plate umpire was getting ready to give Gillespie some time. I think that one hit off a knee pad, so he's okay. Count is now 1-1. Top of the 6th inning here between these two teams. Decent lead at first base. Les now delivers. 1-1 misses outside for ball 2. That one was a little bit of a quick pitch there from Les now. Got to be a little bit careful. That's the quickest I've seen him come set and deal over to home. But again, came set enough to not bring the balk. 2-1 the count. Les now. 2-1. Chopper, softly hit, only plays at first base. Mullins grabs it, throws to first in time for out number 1. Does move the runner over to scoring position, so essentially works like a bunt there for Grayson Smith as he rolled over one to bring up Reed Jones. So Reed Jones was in a situation in the bottom of the 7th yesterday where he drove in a run from second to win the game. Right now he's got the go-ahead run at second base. He's going to speak with his third base coach / head coach Parker Frazier for a moment and dig into the box. Again, Jones went 2 for 4 with an RBI yesterday. He's flown out to short and struck out looking today. Go-ahead run at second for the Comets. 4-4, top of the 6th, 1 down. Les now looks to second. Back home, back to second, and home. The pitch, fastball low outside, ball 1. (1-0) the count. Les now deals. Big swing coming up empty. Good pitch. Off speed again. That time with the changeup from Les now. Swinging over the top of one that was at the knees a little bit below. And that'll be strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch. Hard hit ground ball to shortstop. Diving attempt past the glove of Seth Sam, and that'll be a base knock. Moving the runner over to third for Truman Nat. So Nat has runners at first and third with 1 down. Top of the 6th inning. Again, their 6th hit in the last 2 and a third. Mullins was warming up in the bullpen in case Les now needs help. Runners at the corners for the Comets. And the first pitch to Nat shows bunt, gets it down the first base side. It'll be fielded by Les now, has to throw to first, and it hits Nat. And Coach Mullins wants to see if it hit the batter because that's what it looked like at first. Coach Mullins is talking to the home plate umpire saying that it hit the batter as he came out of the box. And the beauty of video that we have here is now I can go over and I can look at a replay. They're going to go speak with the field umpire, and I did say this earlier when it was McAlester on the base paths. The best view at it is home plate. Field umpire can say something about it, but can he overturn it? Looks like there's not going to be any change here, but I can go back and look at it, and I will do so on YouTube. Coach Mullins is going to speak about it while we're looking at it here. It's close. It's hard to with the shadows that you're seeing. That is pretty close. Again, some of the shadows in the area, it makes it hard to see where the ball, if it hits the batter. I thought it hit him at first. I thought it hit him, and that's what led to the ball bouncing out towards first base side. But again, I can't tell definitively if that happens from the video that we have. Just because the shadows kind of mixing with the ball with the angle that we have. So the Comets take the lead. That's going to go down as a infield single. So they're going to bunt again. This one down the third base line. Les now has no play. Infield single on a perfect bunt from Ike Gleason. And that loads the bases for the Comets, already leading 5-4 over McAlester. Their first lead today after the bunt down by Nat. And now Nick Medofsky. Now here's the question, did they continue to bunt? We'll see. But first we'll see what happens here as Coach Dixon's going to go speak with the infield. And we'll see if there's going to be a pitching change or just a mound visit. We'll take a quick 30-second break at least, and we'll be back on KNED. Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season. So the Buffaloes trail 5-4, and making matters worse, the Comets have the bases loaded with only 1 down. for Nick Medofsky, who's hit the ball hard twice. He's hit a single and then also a fielder's choice, as the Comets have resorted to small ball, and why not? It's worked for him over the last couple of at-bats. 2 bunts, one that was, again, it's questionable, and the only reason why I'm saying questionable, and that's not sarcasm, that's actually questionable because it's a question on if it actually hit the batter once he left the box. It's very close on the replay footage. I have to actually break it down and put it in slow motion. Even then, I don't know if I could see for sure. But the bases are loaded for the Comets right now with 1 down and a 1-run lead for Medofsky. He swings at this one and fouls it straight back for strike 1. Lesnow still out there. Buff's trying to keep the damage at only 1. When they come up, they'll have the top of the order. Lesnow's had 2 RBIs. Gillespie's had another off of a solo home run. Lesnow, the pitch. In the turf, great job by Gillespie. Bodies it up. Count is now 1-1. Buffaloes have rolled a double play ball already today. They're keeping the corner infielders in, and the middle infielders back will in double play depth. 1-1. Misses the knees, now the ball 2. Nowhere to put Medofsky, and on deck is Austin Martin. Lesnow gets the signs from Gillespie. Comes set in the 2-1. Outside corner right where Lesnow wanted it, and now the count is 2-2. Boy, strikeout would be huge here. 2-2's the count. Can 2 get it? The pitch. No, not yet. Laying off. Curveball down low. Medofsky gave it a second thought, but wisely laid off, and the count is now full at 3-2. Runners won't be taken off with the pitch, obviously with only 1 down. Big pitch coming up here. 3-2. Ground ball left side, and underneath the backhand of Mullins. 1 run's going to score. They're going to wave home the next. Shumway throwing in from left field will be cut off. They got a man hung out to dry. Thrown over to Stinchcomb. Back over to Mullins. It's wide left. Can he get the tag? They're going to say that he did. So the out is going to be out over at third after a couple of runs do score. The throw was off to the left of Mullins, but he was able to grab it, reach back over to the left to be able to tag Gleason. But a 2 RBI that's going to go down as a single there, as it was a hard hit one just underneath the glove of Mullins on the backhand. And now it is 7-4, largest lead of the game for either team so far. And the top of the order up with a runner at second. Comets lead 7-4. Now, McAllister's already been down by 3 2 different times in this series. We're able to come back from it and even take the lead with a chance to win. Here's going to be a ground ball, softly hit towards the shortstop, Sam. Fields it, throws over to first, in time for out number 3. But the damage is done. The Comets, on a big 2 RBI single by Nick Medofsky, was able to drive in 2 more runs. And the Comets lead 7-4 over McAllister. The Buffaloes looking to get those runs back and maybe then some. It'll be Seth, Sam, Caden Lesnow, and Ethan Gillespie, 1, 2, 3. To lead off the bottom of the 6th here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69
Hey guys, it's
bypass
Sam
in
from
McAlester.
Freedom Fort here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a truck month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this truck month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Shortstop, Sam.
So we've mentioned time and time again how resilient and gritty this team is. They have to bounce back once again. A 3 spot by the Comets. They've scored all 7 of their runs in the last 3 innings. It's the first pitch from Armour, misses up high for ball 1. Armour actually got the win yesterday since he pitched at the top of the 7th, and the Comets came back from down 2 to win it yesterday. So he got the win yesterday, in line for the win right now, as this one's going to be fouled straight back from Sam for strike 1. When was the last time you saw a guy get 2 wins in a district series? Well, the Buffaloes looking to make that not the case. Here comes the 1-1. Curveball, it's going to miss. Oh, they're going to say it caught the letters, and that'll be strike 2. That looked high from here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. For the most part, the home plate umpire have been pretty good from our angle for balls and strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Buffaloes, just like that, down to their final 5 outs. Brings up Caden Luss now. I mean, you're looking at this last week. McAlester has played a lot of close games, and as we mentioned, you're a total of the last now 8 games that they're in line if they can't come back in this one to lose, as this one misses up high to Caden Luss now for ball 1. Just a total of like 6 at-bats in those what would be 8 games. This one's going to be fouled straight back for strike 1. Like 6, 7 at-bats of making it a totally different record that McAllister's had here. 1-1 is the count. The windup in Armour delivers. It's going to be up and inside. 2-1. And that's what's been the hardest thing for McAlester, is that they've been in every game of these but one. The 2-1, it's going to be off the handles, right center field. Coming in is the center fielder and the former pitcher Grayson Smith to make the catch for out number 2. Bringing up Ethan Gillespie.
The catcher, Mr. Ethan Gillespie.
So 7-4, McAlester trails, bottom of the 6th inning. Someone warming up in the McAlester bullpen, but wasn't able to see who. First pitch to Gillespie, called strike at the letters. Count 0-1. Armour working fast. The 0-1 pitch. Hard hit line drive up the middle, and Ethan Gillespie says, not just yet. We're not going to end this inning just yet. 2-out single. Hard hit up the middle. He's now 3 for 4 on the day. Half the hits for McAlester brings up Braden Phillips. Phillips had a career day yesterday, 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Today, 0 for 3. Trying to change that around here as Armour back to working fast out of the stretch. First pitch, fastball outside corner. Armour right to work. Not even 3 seconds to come set, and delivers the 0-1. Slowly hit, ground ball, third base spot. Archambault throws over to first in time for out number 3, and the Buffaloes, only way they can win this is in a walk-off fashion. 7-4, they trail heading to the top of the 7th here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the Best Western Inn. And American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
So Ethan Watkins will come in to pitch for the McAlester Buffaloes, as we do have some position changes as well. Buffaloes trail 7-4. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. So the Buffaloes led this game up until, they were back and forth, but they never trailed in this game until the top of the 6th inning where the Comets scored 3 runs. Now Ethan Watkins tries to keep it at a 3-run deficit for the Buffaloes when they come up in the bottom of the 7th. He has a 1-0 record this year in 3 2/3 innings pitched. No earned runs against him. 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. Batters are hitting a collective 167 against him. You have, looks like Sam moving out over to right field. Shumway moves to center. So let me write all those down real fast. Sam out to right field as Les now goes to short. Shumway moves to center field. And Hodgel will work his way over to left. So that is what we have defensively for McAlester. As Watkins is going to be facing the 2-3-4 batters, which Spence Perry is 3 for 3 with 3 doubles, including an RBI double. So 7-4 McAlester trails top of the 7th inning. Here's the first pitch from Watkins. Fastball low outside, ball 1. Like I said, Ty Armour is in line for the win for the Comets, in which he would have 2 wins in this series if the Comets hold on. 1-0. Fastball inside, and the count runs 2-0. And Perry during this series has been 5 for 7 with 4 doubles. Count 2-0. And the pitch from Watkins. Fouled straight back, and that'll be strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, the McAlester Buffaloes, again, looking at district play, when these games matter the most, McAlester is currently 5th. They're technically tied for 4th with Glimple, but Glimple owns the tiebreaker as they swept McAlester last week. Here's the 2-1. That is going to be way too high and inside. Ducking for cover is Perry, and the count is 3-1. But I'm going to mention this in the postgame show, regardless of what happens if McAlester wins or loses this game. This is about as even of District 5A3 and 5A4 has been in a while. As here comes a 3-1 from Watkins. Fastball at the knees for strike 2. So the count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The reason why I say that is Collinsville is number 1 over in 5A4 right now, tied with Claremore, I think, and McAlester lost 2-0. But also, you're looking at Collinsville's offense. So here comes the 3-2 from Watkins. Froze him with the fastball. Sit him down, throw it around. 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. And for the first time this series, Perry is down on strikes to bring up Tanner McMurray, who is 1 for 3. But again, Collinsville beat McAlester 2-0. Only one of those runs were earned. And the Buffaloes, Gannon Mullins has been their 3rd starter so far this year. He delivered 5 innings of only 1 earned run. Really shut him down other than 1 inning. And the first pitch is a called strike to Tanner McMurray. 1 down, nobody on for the Comets. Top of the 7th, they're leading 7-4 over McAlester. And 5A3, you're looking, Sepulveda right now still the clear favorite to win 5A3. As here's the 0-1. Curveball low outside for ball 1. Now Bishop Kelley coming up the ranks. They did lose to Glenpool once, and Sepulveda barely held off Shawnee yesterday 3-2, but that's what makes me say this. Any given day, you could have one of these teams just be hot and beat the other. Doesn't matter who they are. The 1-1 misses down low by the ankles for ball 2. That goes for, as I'm giving Sepulveda the benefit of the doubt so far, but that goes for Bishop Kelley, Shawnee, Glenpool, McAlester, heck, Midwest City a little bit every once in a while, but I think they're kind of on the outside looking in on a lot of competitive games. So here comes the 2-1 from Watkins. High hit fly ball, right center field. Shumway underneath it, staring up into the blue sky. He makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2. To bring up Jackson Archambault. But then you look at the top 2 teams in 5A4, and you have Claremore and you have Collinsville, and I think they're really right there with each other. And McAlester showed how competitive they can be with the Cardinals back last Friday. So no matter, I mean, if McAlester, wherever they go for the regional tournament, if they do pull off a string of wins and they are able to sneak into a possible host, as here's a pop-up over the first base side but foul, that is improbable for McAlester to do at this point, but still not necessarily impossible. But whether they go somewhere or, again, like I said, sneak their way into hosting a regional, if they can go on a big stretch of wins, I mean, you feel like you can compete with anybody because they have competed with everybody. They've been competitive in every one of their wins and losses save 2. The 0-1. Curveball. That will miss outside for ball 1. I mean, if this game ends up being a 3-run game again, you're looking at over 50% of your games being decided by 3 runs or less. The 1-1. Fastball that runs inside, and the count now moves to 2-1. The Buffaloes still well within the striking distance. I mean, 3 runs would still be considered a save situation if someone came in for armor. They just need a big inning. 2-1. High hit, line drive right on the screws towards the warning track, and it's going to one hop off the wall. Shumway will grab it, but it's going to be Archambault with a 2-out double. And that brings up Grayson Smith. So runner at second for the Comets for Smith, who is 0 for 3 today with an RBI ground out. So Smith has flown out to center field on that RBI ground out. It was over to shortstop. And then a ground out to third. Trying to keep that run off the board over at second, try to keep this a 3-run game. First pitch, curveball. It gets away from Gillespie a tad bit, but not enough to be able to move over Archambault. That'd be ball 1. I think there is a lot of parity in 5A baseball this year. I think there's a lot of parity across all classes of high school baseball this year. I mean, there might be a couple of clear-cut favorites, maybe. I don't think it's clear-cut, though, as Watkins steps off the rubber. I think Sapulpa is still considered the favorite in 5A3 until proven otherwise. Carl Albert has had a heck of a year. Duncan, defending state champs, looking really good. But any given day, I think a team can beat the other. The 1-0 is going to bounce inside the turf, and that will move the count to 2-0 here to Grayson Smith. Runner at second for the Comets, leading 7-4, top of the 7th. 2 down. I don't think there's just really any juggernauts like you've seen in the past where a team can go undefeated 40-0. Well, spin move from Watkins. Nothing doing as Archambault's back into second. Watkins, down in the count 2-0, will deliver to Smith. Hard hit ground ball straight to the shortstop. Lesnow, he'll grab it, throw over to first in time for out number 3. Never moving was the runner at second, Archambault. And the Buffaloes put on your rally caps. They're down by 3 heading to the bottom of the 7th inning, trying to tie it up or even win it here in the 7th. They're going to have to face Ty Armour, and it will be up at the plate, Gannon Mullins, Ethan Watkins, and Gunnar Hodgel. We'll see what happens coming up here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season. Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. Here at Mike Deak Field, the Buffaloes are trailing 7-4, trying to tie or take the lead. And first pitch, I didn't see what happened there. Ball, thank you. 1-0 the count here to Gannon Mullins. Here's the next pitch. I had Mary come in and speak with me to see if we had the right hits on the scoreboard. The count is 1-1 now here for Gannon Mullins. The Buffaloes down to their final 3 outs. Bottom of the 7th, Ty Armour trying to get the win as it came in for relief a few innings ago. As this is off-speed catching the inside corner, and the count moves to 1-2 on Gannon Mullins. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, ground out, and a walk. Armour out of the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Does he go around? They're going to say he does. The barrel never crossed the plane at all. His hands went forward a lot, but that barrel was all the way back. And Coach Mullins is wanting to speak with the field umpire. So Coach Mullins speaking with the home plate umpire, saying that you never had him appeal over to first. You never granted the appeal. The catcher just asked for it. The home plate umpire never called for it, and the field umpire gave him the strike 3. That's one of the arguments, but also the other one that I have here, he didn't cross home plate with the barrel. I mean, he never broke the plane. It's close, but he held that back. So that's a hard strike 3 to have, as the first pitch is a huge cut from Watkins. Come up empty for strike 1. Watkins is 1 for 2 with the bunt single. Leads the team in bunt singles with 6 on the year. Struck out looking and walked, or was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. The 0-1. Fastball in there for strike 2. Ty Armour just is working like a well-oiled machine. I mean, less than 4 seconds between him usually getting the ball and him throwing it. This time, Watkins wanting some time as he steps back into the box. The 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. On 3 pitches, Watkins down. And that brings up Gunnar Hodgel as McAlester is down to their final out. And in danger of dropping to 500 in district play. Comets looking for the district sweep in come-from-behind fashion. First pitch. Checks at it. And the field umpire says he does not swing. That one was closer than the one that Mullins struck out on, in my opinion. Next pitch. 1-0 is going to be a softly hit ground ball left side. Coming in the shortstop Murray. Throws on the run. Got him. And that's the ball game. Buffaloes fall 7-4 as they get swept by the Bishop Kelley Comets. And McAlester drops to 10-13 on the year and 5-5 in district play. Comets were down in this game by two different times. They were able to tie it in the top of the 5th. They scored in 3 consecutive innings, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. But then they took a 3-run top of the 6th inning to beat the Buffaloes 7-4. We're going to be going over your post-game stats, and we return. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card? I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American Inn are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma, as the McAlester Buffaloes drop their 8th straight. They fall 7-4 to the Bishop Kelley Comets and drop to 10-13 on the year and 5-5 in district play. Comets improved to 15-9 and 9-1 in district play, and still the chance of a district title with the Spolpa Chieftains, who are currently at first at 9-0. Have another game with Shawnee today. Don't know how that's going right now, but their chances of a district title are still alive. Again, they were down to McAlester 2 different games in this series, and one of them was late. The other one was in the top of the 5th inning. But Comets showed resiliency. They showed ability to bounce back just like the Buffaloes did yesterday. Just the Comets were able to force McAlester to go, well, pretty much it was 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. No fireworks here in the bottom of the 7th for McAlester. And it just the Buffaloes are going through it right now. It is what you call growing pains. There are ruts, and then there's what McAlster's going through, and it's just what you're seeing is a lot of growing pains. You're seeing McAlester playing really good baseball with the exception of a couple of innings in every game that they pretty much lost this year, except for 2. As I was mentioning, McAlester has now fallen in 13 games this year, and in I have to tally it up. I think it's now. It's now 9. So in 9 of those losses, 9 out of the 13 losses for McAlester have been decided by 3 or less. And it's now 6 in a row that McAlester has lost in a game decided by 3 or less. So the first 6 games, they were 3-3 in those close games, and since then they're 0-6 in close games, and it's just trying to pull them out, especially when you need them the most. But that is what's making this last 8 games and this losing streak so hard for McAlester, is they are right there. And it's like I'm saying in the top, I think it was the top of the 7th when I was speaking about it when McAlester fell down 7-4. That's a bad thing because you're like, man, they really, if you pull out, close games, can we pull out close games? And yes, they can. They showed an ability to do it earlier this year. They've just, again, fallen into a rut. But if they don't fall in that rut and you're looking at, being on the opposite end, maybe saying you're 9-3 instead. If you just give this a 6-game difference, you're looking at McAlester being a 16-6 ball club. If you just give them 6 of those, games, if you change up the 6 of those 9 losses, you're looking at a totally different record at 16-6, and you're wondering, man, this team looks like they're primed to go back to the state tournament. And in my opinion, McAlester, they have the ability to do so. I was talking with someone about this the other day. The Buffaloes don't even need to really play their best ball to be able to beat the best teams in the state. They just need to be able to play like they're doing and playing well baseball. And instead of those 2 innings where they're playing bad baseball, just make them what you do the other 5. And if you can do that, you're looking at a totally different ball club with a totally different record. And this is also something that I think is pretty interesting. It's not the record right now, although that now you're looking at 5-5, and you're wanting to maybe get into the top 4 still, but you got to be able to win some games against some tough teams. You got Sepulpa and you've got Shawnee left. Both those teams extremely good, top 3 in 5A3. So you can still do it. You can beat these teams. But when it comes to McAlester, you're competitive with the best. You're being competitive with the best. Let's look at some of these losses that we're talking about. Lost to Bishop Kelley 7-4 today. State tournament team yesterday or last year. State runner-up, I think, the year before that. Had Bishop Kelley beat yesterday. Prior, lost by 4, and was close to having the time run at the plate. Collinsville, team that's only lost one game all year, only lost 0-2, and only one of those runs were earned. Lost to Tahlequah. Again, tying run was going to be on the base paths. Glenpool Warriors lost by 3 in a game that, again, Buffalo felt like they should have won. Choctaw, really good 6A club, only lost 6-3, and that was against a guy, Max Harmon, who pitched very well in his first varsity game on the mound. So the Buffaloes have been extremely close, and I know that especially if you are an Oklahoma Sooners football fan, I know that you hate hearing that term close, but that's what you're going to get, especially with a young team. You're going to have growing pains, and that's what McAlester is having right now. You're looking at 6 new starters in the lineup compared to last year, at sometimes 7 starters in the lineup that weren't there last year. And with that comes trying to figure out how to close out games. And the Buffaloes led at 1 point 2-0, led another 4-2, tied it up 4-4, and then one bad inning, which had a couple of errors involved with it as well, led to 3 runs that were scored in the top of the, I want to say, 6th, and it led it to being 7-4. So, like I said, they're there, and it, now that you're looking at, I was going to say this earlier, now that you're looking at the district record at 5-5, you're not necessarily going for the district championship anymore, nor are you looking at maybe a hosting of the regional. You're looking at, trying to make your team better at this point. You're wanting to get better game by game by game and winning some games in the process. The winning's going to be a byproduct of getting better game by game, playing your best game. And if the Buffaloes can put it together and you start to see these close games instead of being 3-9 in these, you start to see McAlester pull them out at the end. If they're playing their best ball come May, I like their chances against a lot of teams in 5A4 and even 5A3. If they can find their stride, because, again, if you remember last year, McAlester was playing Shawnee, didn't play their best ball against Shawnee. Even though they won in a walk-off fashion, they still blew the lead in the top of the 7th inning in last year's game. Didn't play their best ball against Sepulveda, barely hit the ball very well. Didn't play well against Red Oak. Some games that they felt like they should have won, they didn't win last year. But then they hit their stride at exactly the right time in the regional tournament to take down Grove in the Grove Regional to go to the state tournament, their first one in 10 years. If the Buffaloes can find out ways to be able to pull out wins, and instead of those 2 bad innings, they turn those into good innings like they've been doing the other 5 innings, you're looking at a team that's going to be really scary come May. So we're going to see if they can turn it around. They've got a few weeks to do so, and they have, again, another tough district opponent coming up next week. I believe the top one in 5A3 coming up next week. That's going to be Sepulveda on Monday and Tuesday. Before that, you have a really tough festival that you're going to be playing in. 2 games on Thursday, one against Southmore and the other one against Edmond Memorial. And then on Friday, you're going to be playing the Broken Bow Tigers in their own ballpark underneath the lights at 7 o'clock. So they want to use this festival Thursday and Friday to get better, to put themselves in better position to be able to, again, win these close games against good opponents like they're going to see in Sepulveda next week. And who knows? You win one game, and then that's all you need sometimes to be able to go on a little bit of a streak. So we'll see if McAlester can start to do that as we get our way closer towards the playoffs. So let's look at our post-game stats brought to you by Beautiful Rooms Furniture. They offer brand-named high-end mattresses, including hybrid, sold at discount prices. Visit their showroom today for quality furniture at affordable prices. Starting off with the McAlester Buffaloes, Seth Sam went 0 for 3, so his 9-game hit streak does come to an end today. Caden Lesnow went 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single off the wall. Ethan Gillespie went 3 for 4 with a solo home run. Braden Phillips 0 for 4. Gandon Mullins 0 for 3. Ethan Watkins 1 for 3 with a bunt single. Gunnar Hodgel 0 for 3. Spencer Stinchcomb 1 for 3 with a bunt single. Aiden Shumway 0 for 3, but he reached base twice off of errors. The Buffaloes total up 6 hits, 3 strikeouts by Caden Lesnow and Ethan Watkins combined. Those 2 pitchers combined for no walks nor hit by pitches, 2 McAlester errors. Both of them came in that top of the 6th, which led to 3 runs scored. The Comets, 1 through 9, looked like this. Martin went 1 for 4. Spence Perry went 3 for 4 with an RBI, all 3 hits doubles. Tanner McMurray went 1 for 4. Jackson Archambault went 2 for 4. Grayson Smith 0 for 4 with an RBI groundout. Reed Jones 1 for 3. Truman Nat 1 for 3 with an RBI. Ike Gleason went 1 for 3. And Nick Medovsky with the biggest hit for the Comets today. He went 2 for 3 with a 2 RBI single in his final at bat to create the distance, 3 runs instead of 1 in the top of the 6th. The Comets had 12 total hits between Grayson Smith and Ty Armour. They had 8 strikeouts to 5 free passes, walks, or hit by pitches. Ty Armour gets the win today just like he did yesterday in relief. And there were 4 Bishop Kelley errors that they were able to overcome today to win 7-4. So our next matchup is going to be Thursday over in I think it's like the Turf War Classic, I think is what it's called, between Broken Arrow and Bixby. McAllister's first game is in Bixby at 12:15 against Southmore, and then they go to play Edmond Memorial over in Broken Arrow, and their only game on Friday at 7 o'clock in Broken Arrow. I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Bank and A, Patriot Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Best Western American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, First Realty, and WE Offered Propane. And big thank you to our senior board operator, Mr. Wyatt the Cadillac Kid. I'm joking. I'm just saying that because Wyatt's back over at the studio.
Don't you ever, ever give him the title that I had to steal.
Big thank you to our board operator over at the K&D Studios, Wyatt Hubbard. And also big thank you to our camera operator today.
Senior camera operator.
Austin Wheat. So one final time for Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was the Buffalo 7 and the Bishop Kelley Comets 4. And until Thursday when McAlester begins the festival over in Bixby /Broken Arrow. This is Brandon Green saying, don't just have a great night, have a Buffalo night, everybody.